Okay, so this is part 2 of the BLK x Solenn collaboration. And so we are going to try the Dahlia set, which I have right here. Let's start with the multi-palette eyes, cheeks, and lips. So this is the Mystic Dreamer. This is definitely a warmer, browner collection than the other one. The other one was kind of more like a reddish warm undertone. And so yeah, okay, let me just swatch it. So this is the top shade. Let me just, so that is the top shade, and this is the lower shade. Okay, so the top one has more of a pink undertone, whereas the lower one has more of a brown terracotta undertone. I'm going to put this one on my lids and this one on my cheeks. Okay, same thing as yesterday, but this time I want to use my brush. I want to use a brush. Okay, I'm taking this lower shade. I'm trying to pick up a little bit. I'm not trying to like blow it out as much as I did with the other video. I want to keep it like low. I really like this shade for the lid. It's like a warm brown. Okay, so this is the eyes, and I like this one better because I feel like it just creates a like a more subtle shadow, but it's more on the neutral side comparing with the Free Spirit one, the one below. This one is still warm, but it's more subdued, like it's not giving off that reddish color like the other one, and I definitely prefer this for my eyes over the other one. And this is just kind of like more of my vibe. And so yeah, okay, now let us use the upper shade for my cheeks. And yeah, so I'm just using a brush as usual. I'm not sure about this shade. I feel like it's clashing a lot on for my eyes. I think it's clashing like the undertone. Like this one has more of the same reddish undertone like the Free Spirit palette. I thought this would be more like subdued, more on brown, but obviously it's not. It's more on the red. I mean, you can see that, right? Try to build up. Okay, so this is the the upper shade from the Mystic Dreamer palette, and I can say that this is very similar with the Free Spirit palette, the upper shade as well. Like I feel like they're very similar on the pan. Like on the palette, they don't look the same, but like when you kind of like shear it out, when I was applying it very thinly, the undertone was very much the same. They have that like red drunk blush kind of vibe. So I'll swatch this Free Spirit palette, and so this is the upper shade from the Mystic Dreamer, and this is the upper shade from the Free Spirit palette. And Yeah, they're both very like, they both have a reddish undertone, and I think that is why they are similar. Unless you use this very heavily on your cheeks, you would see the difference. But if you use it like I did, whereas I just applied it very sheerly on my cheeks, they have a chance to appear the same like I'm experiencing right now. And so yeah, so it's safe to say you only need one palette if you are eyeing on these products. And so yeah, now let's move on to the lip swatch of the Mystic Dreamer. So I'll swatch this one first on my lips and see what that looks like. I feel like this palette is more pigmented, is richer than the Free Spirit palette. It's just giving me more pigment as of right now. Or maybe because the color is deeper. Okay, so this is the upper shade of the Mystic Dreamer on my lips, and it's very interesting because this one is appearing more of a orange brown, whereas I literally use the same product on my cheeks, and on my cheeks it's translating very like warm red. It just shows that like we cannot trust just like one swatch on our arms because it can translate very differently on the different parts of our face, and this is the proof of that. And so yeah, but I like this shade, but I don't like it for what I have on my face right now, like from my eyes, from my cheeks. Like I feel like it just doesn't go well, and I thought it would because I'm literally using one palette for my entire face. Like it's not as cohesive as the Free Spirit one. But yeah, maybe if I don't have any makeup on my eyes and on my cheeks, I would appreciate this more. But as of right now, I'm not appreciating it. So let's move on to the next shade. Okay, now let's move on to, well, it's definitely staining my finger. Okay, now let's move on to the lower shade. Okay, so I really like the lower shade. I think this is my favorite out of these two because I feel like this one has a more brown and deeper undertone to it that makes it look very like, I don't know, it just complements my skin tone. And honestly, I just feel like this one is the darker version of this one. I think it's just a matter of like they put more brown in this one than this one, and so that's why this one has more depth. It complements my morena skin tone more, and yeah, I really like this shade a lot. It's like that deep terracotta orangey brown shade, and I really like the mixture of this. Like I like the combination of all of those shades. Yeah, I really like it. I like this one a lot. I think it's also very unique. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't have a big of a collection that I don't have this on my collection, you know what I mean? But I'm really liking this shade. Yeah, it's very like tropical, summery, and I like it. Okay, so those are the shades of the Mystic Dreamer on my lips. Now let us move on to the lipsticks. And I'll just remove this one. In the Dahlia set, the shades here are Little Missy and Moonfire, and this is what they look like. Very nice. So I'll swatch Little Missy first since I feel like this one is the lighter pinkish one. Oh, it's so nice. I think I like this packaging more than the other one just because it's like warmer, more tropical. Like, I don't know, I just feel like this is more of my vibe. And so yeah. So the packaging of this collection, the Dahlia collection, has this like sepia, rose gold, clear glass, and then the flower design, which is so fun. I love that so much. Okay. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting like a brown, like a real brown shade, but this is Little Missy. And okay, I'll swatch it. Let's swatch it here. Oops. Okay, so that is Little Missy. Yeah, Little Missy is definitely a brown pink, and let's just swatch it. Oh, it broke. I think that was on me though. Oh no. Well, that's sad. That's fine. Let me just... Hold on, it fell. Oh no. Mystic Dreamer is definitely a cool toned pink with a lot of brown in it, and I really like this shade. I honestly don't think I have a shade like this. Like, this is leaning more towards gray and sepia-ish, and I really like it. Like, it doesn't make me look dead as much as like gray tones would, especially on Morena skin tone. Like, this is just the perfect nude, I feel like, for Morena skin tone, and I feel like this would look so nice if you have a smoky eye or like a stronger eye going on. And I really like this shade. And so yeah, so this is Little Missy, and I really like Little Missy. Let's move on. Okay, next shade is the shade Moonfire. Okay, so this is what Moonfire looks like. The flower here is this one. It's really nice and pretty. Okay, and this is the whole lipstick. And the swatch is okay, this one is definitely like a lighter brown than this one. This one is deeper than this one. I wasn't expecting that, but yeah. So let's try Moonfire. So this is Moonfire, and I don't think I have the shade where it's very like dark beige. Like, it doesn't have a lot of pink, it doesn't have a lot of warmth. It's very cool toned brown, and I'm surprised that it suits me. I don't know, maybe it's me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, does it suit me? Because here, although I look very pale in this kind of shade, I think that it's still very beautiful, especially if I have a stronger eye going on and like a more neutral cheeks. It doesn't go with what I have whatsoever on my face, but just like lips alone, right? It's so nice. Yeah, it's very like cool toned brown, and I feel like a lot of Morena skin tone would enjoy this as their nude shade, especially with a smoky eye or like with a really strong look. And it's a very unique shade in my opinion. And so yeah, so this is Moonfire, and I really like Moonfire, even if I'm quite unsure, but my eyes is telling me that it's a nice shade. So yeah, but it doesn't make my teeth look white. Kind of makes my teeth look yellow. So those are the products from the Dahlia collection. Now I'm just going to finish up my makeup and round this video up with my overall thoughts of the BLK X Solenn collection. Okay, final thoughts for the Dahlia collection of Solenn and BLK Cosmetics. I think that this Dahlia set is leaning more towards for morena skin tone, and I feel like this set is trickier to use. Like, it's not your typical pink red. It has more depth in it, and I feel like if you are a beginner, you might find it a little bit weird to work around with these products because it takes a certain kind of look to pull these shades off. Like, for me, I kind of had a hard time trying to like make it cohesive. Like, I had to add the lower shade on my cheeks to kind of make it more monochromatic and make it to kind of like make sense of the color theory on my face. And I feel like I kind of have to add darkness on my eyes so that the shades would pop, like so that the brown would pop more, especially on my lips, because when I didn't have any kind of eyeliner or mascara, it looked very pale on me. And so if you are planning to buy these products or this Dahlia set, I feel like you need some kind of like depth on your face, whether it be like contour or like a stronger brow or like a full on lashes or like an eyeliner. You kind of have to play around with light and darkness on your face because yeah, that was my experience at least. And so yeah, but nevertheless, I really like these shades. I prefer the Dahlia set more than the Thailand set because I feel like this is more unique in my opinion in terms of like colors and shades and undertone. I feel like this is more of my vibe, like that subdued nude kind of look, whereas if you purchase the Thailand set, it's more of that like very warm reddish pinkish, but it also has depth to it, and I think that is why both of the collection can work for fair and morena skin tone, especially that one. I think the Thailand set is more versatile in terms of like what complexion you are. If you are morena, if you are a fair skin, I think you will enjoy the Thailand set. Whereas this, I think if you are on the fair side, you might find it a little bit tricky just because this Dahlia set has more brown in it, and I feel like out of the two, I think this set is more of Solenn's vibe. Just like in terms of undertone, I think this kind of shades or products or colors work really well on morena skin tone. That is, if you know how to work around with like grayish undertone, cooler undertone, because especially the lipsticks, they have more of a gray cool undertone, and if you aren't used to like cooler undertones or like playing around with what look to pair the cooler lipsticks with, then I think you should stick to the Thailand set. But if you are more adventurous, if you like to explore or expand your collection to more cooler tones, then definitely pick up the lipsticks. This one is more versatile than the lipstick. Like, this one has more depth in terms of like red undertone, orange undertone that will complement, I feel like, any skin tone. But for fair skin tone, just be careful on how much you use, especially the lower shade. Just be careful on how much you use because it can get too dark too quickly if you are fair. But if you're morena, I think you would enjoy both of the shades. And so yeah, I think that wraps up my BLK X Solenn swatch review try on. And so yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing okay, and let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.